नमस्ते विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो. आजच्या लेक्चरमध्ये आपण बघणार आहोत हाऊ विल यू डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन अल्कोहोल्स अँड फिनॉल. सो टेस्ट टू डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन अल्कोहोल्स अँड फिनॉल. परीक्षेमध्ये आपल्याला प्रश्न विचारला जातो हाऊ विल यू डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन अल्कोहोल्स अँड फिनॉल. आपल्याला हे टेस्टच्या आधारे आपल्याला लिहिता येईल या प्रश्नाचं उत्तर. सो हिअर कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स टेस्ट फॉर अल्कोहोल्स अँड फिनॉल्स. Suppose it is a phenol. Phenol, when treated with neutral solution of FeCl3, it will give ferric phenoxide ion. This ferric phenoxide, and this ferric phenoxide has either purple color or violet or green color. So it is a color test. Okay, while alcohols, when treated with neutral FeCl solution, they does not give any coloration. So there is a no color. There is a no coloration. So in this way, by this test, that is neutral FeCl test, we can distinguish between alcohols and phenols. Very simple test it is. So you have to write this test and you have to write how you distinguish between alcohols and phenols. So phenols, when treated with neutral solution of FeCl3, it gives ferric phenoxide, which is either purple, violet or green color. And alcohols, when treated with neutral FeCl3, so there is no coloration. It means that alcohols does not react with neutral FeCl3. So it is a color test. So in this way we can distinguish between alcohols and phenols. So there is a second test, that is a Lucas test, or test by using Lucas reagent. So it is a test for distinguishing between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. प्रश्न आपल्याला असा विचारला समजा how you distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So we can distinguish these primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols by using Lucas reagent. What is Lucas reagent? It is nothing but the concentrated solution of hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, and anhydrous zinc chloride. The mixture of these two is called as Lucas reagent. When tertiary alcohol is treated with this HCl in the presence of zinc chloride, that is when tertiary alcohol treated with Lucas reagent, so very fast reaction takes place. Very fast reaction takes place. So what happens actually when any alcohol, primary, secondary, tertiary, when treated with Lucas reagent, so they can form corresponding alkyl halide, and this alkyl halide is insoluble in water. It shows turbidity. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की सगळे मोस्टली अल्कोहोल्स आहेत, अर्थात लोअर लेवल अल्कोहोल्स आर soluble in water, but the product formed in this reaction is alkyl chloride, alkyl bromide, etc. That is alkyl halides. They are insoluble in water. They show turbidity. पहिली रिएक्शन आपण समजा घेतली पहिली टेस्ट फॉर tertiary alcohols, and when it is treated with Lucas reagent, that is concentrated HCl in presence of zinc chloride, so when immediately turbidity is obtained, it indicates that that alcohol must be tertiary alcohol. When secondary alcohol is treated with this Lucas reagent, the turbidity occurs, but after certain time, that is slow reaction takes place. Okay. And when primary alcohols is treated with this Lucas reagent, there is a very slow reaction. So turbidity occurs, but after certain very long time, and this reaction is carried out at high temperature. So the temperature आपण वाढवलं तरच ही reaction होऊ शकते. Otherwise, there is no reaction with primary alcohol. So in this way, we can distinguish between primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols by Lucas reagent. Okay. आता आपण पुढची रिएक्शन बघणार आहोत ती म्हणजे esterification reaction. That is reactions of alcohol. First reaction is esterification reaction. So what is esterification? मागे आपल्याला हा शब्द गेलेला आहे. When alcohols react with carboxylic acids, the corresponding esters are formed, and the reaction is called as esterification reaction. तुम्हाला प्रश्न पडू शकतो, write note on esterification reaction. So in esterification, always carboxylic acids react with alcohol to form ester. The reaction is called as esterification reaction. For example, suppose alcohol, any alcohol like primary or secondary, tertiary, that is ROH, where R is the alkyl group, and it is when reacted with carboxylic acid, samsa R C double bond O OH. Okay, then what happens here? Here dehydration takes place, removal of H2O takes place. Removal of water molecule takes place. Okay, and here we got corresponding compound like this here, R O C double bond O R dash with the formation of H2O as the byproduct. So in this way we got corresponding esters when alcohols react with carboxylic acid, and the reaction is called as esterification reaction. एखादं एक्झाम्पल आपण या ठिकाणी घेऊया. फॉर एक्झाम्पल समजा घेतलं आपण या ठिकाणी CH3OH, it is methanol or methyl alcohol, and it is when treated with the corresponding carboxylic acid like acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. Then what happens here? Removal of H2 takes place. And here we got the corresponding ester, that is CH3O, C double bond O, CH3 with the formation of H2O as the byproduct. So in this way we got corresponding ester. This reaction takes place in the presence of acid, and it is H plus from acid. And this reaction is called as esterification reaction. आता आपण ही रिएक्शन अल्कोहोल साठी बघितली, आपण रिएक्शन फिनॉल साठी पण बघू शकतो. ओके, फॉर एक्झाम्पल हियर ArOH, it is phenol, and this phenol, it is when reacted with any acid, carboxylic acid, that is for example R C double bond O OH. So here again removal of H2 takes place. This reaction again carried out in the presence of acid, and we got the corresponding compound, that is ArO C double bond O R dash with the formation of H2O as the byproduct. Okay, so this is the esterification reaction. मला वाटतं सगळ्यांना esterification reaction समजलं असेल. ही जनरल रिएक्शन आहे. या ठिकाणी कुठलाही तुम्हाला अल्कोहोल दिला जाऊ शकतो, कुठलाही ऍसिड तुम्हाला दिला जाऊ शकतो, आणि तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी प्रोडक्ट विचारला जाऊ शकतो. डिपेंड अपॉन रिक्वायर्ड प्रोडक्ट, you have to select corresponding carboxylic acid as well as corresponding alcohols. ओके, आता esterification रिएक्शन नंतरची पुढची रिएक्शन आपल्याला अभ्यासायची आहे. So reaction with acid anhydride. So reaction of alcohol with acid anhydride. Acid anhydride. For example, acidic anhydride, etc. Okay. So for example, first example we have taken alcohol, that is ROH, and it is when reacted with acid anhydride. Example अपन general example पे आते हैं. For example, here R C double bond O C double bond O R किंवा R dash तिकडे असू शकतो, बरोबर आहे. R किंवा R dash दोन्ही सारखे असले किंवा दोन्ही वेगवेगळे असू शकतात त्या ठिकाणी. So it's called as acid anhydride alcohol when react with acid anhydride. So this reaction is also carried out in the presence of acid. So this H plus from acid. So what happens here? So we've got corresponding ester again. Okay, so here we got R C double bond O, or R dash C double bond O R. Okay, R dash C double bond O R plus radical compound होतो RCOOH. We got here RCOOH. समझो रिएक्शन काय झालं की R C double bond O R C double bond O आणि हा R. Okay, so corresponding ester and again so alcohol, so काय corresponding acid बोलतो RCOOH. So we got corresponding carboxylic acid. So again we can prepare ester from acid anhydride with the help of alcohol. Alcohol treated with acid anhydride. In place of acid we got esters, and along with esters we got another molecule of carboxylic acid. Example या ठिकाणी आपण बघूया. For example, suppose CH3OH. Okay, it is when reacted with acid anhydride like this, CH3 C double bond O C double bond O CH3. It is an acidic anhydride. It is an anhydride of acidic acid, therefore called as acidic anhydride. The reaction is carried out in the presence of acid, that is H plus. Then what happens here? We got the corresponding ester like this, CH3 C double bond O CH3 plus we got CH3COOH. So in this way we can get the acid, so ester at the end of the reaction, and reaction called as esterification reaction. आपण आता दोन मेथड बघितल्या प्रिपरेशन ऑफ इस्टर हाऊ इस्टर्स आर ऑब्टेन्ड पहिली मेथड मगाशी आपण बघितली अल्कोहोल्स रिएक्ट विथ कार्बोक्सिलिक ऍसिड इट गिव्स एस इस्टर इन द प्रेझेन्स ऑफ ऍसिड आणि आता सेकंड रिएक्शन आपण बघतोय सेकंड मेथड प्रिपरेशन ऑफ इस्टर फ्रॉम ऍसिड अनहायड्राइड त्या ठिकाणी आपण एक्झाम्पल घेतलंय ऍसिडिक अनहायड्राइड methanol plus acetic anhydride in the presence of acid we got the corresponding esters and it is a esterification reaction आणखी कुठली मेथड आहे आपण त्या मेथडनी इस्टर्स तयार करू शकतो सो रिएक्शन ऑफ अल्कोहोल्स विथ acid chloride reaction of alcohols with acid chloride for example here alcohol like any alcohol like primary secondary etc that is ROH and it is reacted with RC double bond OCl okay त्यामुळे आपण अल्किल ग्रुप वेगळा घेऊया R-COCl is called as acid chloride. It's called as acid chloride. So alcohols when react with acid chloride, okay, but this reaction is carried out in the presence of catalyst like pyridine. Catalyst must be required for this reaction. The catalyst used is the pyridine. Okay, so what happens here? So here again formation of ester along with the HCl as the byproduct, and we got the corresponding ester like this: R-C double bond O-R. Okay, this is ester with the formation of HCl as the byproduct. The byproduct HCl is neutralized by the pyridine, which acts as a catalyst. We know that pyridine is a base, so here this base can neutralize this HCl, which is formed in this chemical reaction. So it is another method of preparation of ester. Alcohols react with acid chloride. आपण example बघूया. For example, आपण alcohol घेतला CH3OH. It is a methyl alcohol or methanol, and this methanol is treated with acid chloride like acetyl chloride, that is CH3COCl is called as acetyl chloride, and reaction is carried out in the presence of catalyst like pyridine. And what happens here? So there is a formation of HCl as the byproduct, and we got corresponding ester like this here: CH3C double bond O OCH3 with the formation of HCl as the byproduct. So in this way we can prepare ester, and the reaction is called as esterification reaction. आपण तिसरी मेथड बघितली how esters are formed, how esters are obtained. आपण आता आणखीन एक एक्झाम्पल बघूया in case of phenol. समजा आपण या ठिकाणी एक्झाम्पल घेतलं थोडंसं वेगळे एक्झाम्पल घेतो या ठिकाणी आपण आपल्याला माहिती आहे हा कंपाऊंड आपल्याला 11व्या लेसनवर झालेला आहे. इट इज अ COOH group. It is called as benzoic acid. पण या COOH ला इकडे आपण जर ते OH ग्रुप असेल at the ortho position, now this is called as salicylic acid. It is salicylic acid, and this salicylic acid it is treated with the corresponding acid anhydride like this: CH3C double bond O C double bond O CH3. It is an acetic anhydride because it is an anhydride of acetic acid. And this reaction is carried out in the presence of acid, that is H plus. Then what happens here? बघा reaction कुठे होणार आहे इथे OH इथे reaction center आहे. Okay, मग अशा आपण alcohols reaction बघितल्या होत्या. Alcohols react with acid anhydride, it gives esters. इथे आपल्याला compound मिळणार आहे esters. Okay, but what is the product here? So here product is like this. इथे COH ग्रुप आहे तो तसाच राहणार, याच्यामध्ये काही बदल होणार नाही. COOH इथे रिएक्शन सेंटर आहे आणि इथं जो काही प्रोडक्ट या ठिकाणी मिळेल तो असेल OC डबल बॉन्ड O CH3. ओके, OC डबल बॉन्ड हा O आहेच ऑलरेडी इथे. OC डबल बॉन्ड O CH3 आता राहिलं काय CH3COOH. We got here again CH3COOH we got carboxylic acid as the byproduct. So what is the name of this compound? It is aspirin. It is aspirin. तुम्हाला परीक्षेत प्रश्न विचारला जातो, how you prepare aspirin from salicylic acid. So here salicylic acid is treated with acid anhydride. For example, acidic anhydride in the presence of acid, we got aspirin, or also called as acetyl salicylic acid. Also called as acetyl salicylic acid. So here esterification reactions we are get completed. Okay. Now student, reactions due to the breaking of CO bond in alcohol. समजा या ठिकाणी अल्कोहोल आहे, that is ROH. Okay, for example, CH3, then OH. So here this reactions, आपण आता बघणार आहोत reaction कुठल्या reactions due to breaking of CO bond, आणि ते कार्बन ऑक्सिजन बॉन्ड इन अल्कोहोल. मग अशा कोणत्या रिएक्शन बघितल्या ज्याच्यामध्ये ऑक्सिजन हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड ब्रेक होता. आता या रिएक्शन मध्ये कार्बन ऑक्सिजन बॉन्ड ब्रेक होणार आहे. अशा काही रिएक्शन्स आपल्याला या ठिकाणी अभ्यासायचे आहेत. फॉर एक्झाम्पल पहिली रिएक्शन बघूया आपण, रिएक्शन विथ हायड्रोजन हलाइड्स. रिएक्शन विथ हायड्रोजन halide. Reaction with hydrogen halide, that is HX. So X is equal to halogen like chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. For example, आपण बघूया reaction ROH, that is alcohol. It is when reacted with hydrogen chloride HCl. जेव्हा आपण इकडे HCl वापरतो, लक्षात ठेवायचं हा HCl जो आहे तो less reactive आहे as compared to HBr and HI. Therefore, catalyst must be used, and the catalyst used in this reaction is anhydrous ZnCl2, anhydrous zinc chloride. हा catalyst इकडे लिहायचाच आहे, लक्षात ठेवायचं. Okay, then here we got a compound like this RCl. That is, we got here alkyl chlorides with the formation of H2O as the byproduct. H2O as the byproduct. Example बघूया या ठिकाणी आपण समजा आपण घेतलं CH3OH, that is methyl alcohol. It is reacted with HCl in the presence of anhydrous solution of zinc chloride. Then what happens? We got the corresponding alkyl halide, and CH3Cl with H2O as the byproduct. So here we got methyl chloride. प्रश्न कसा असू शकेल? How to convert methyl alcohol to methyl chloride? How to obtain methyl chloride from methyl alcohol? What happens when methanol is situated in the same place of anhydrous zinc chloride solution? प्रश्न कसा असेल आपण उत्तर माहित असलं पाहिजे. We got here alkyl chlorides. या ठिकाणी C2H5OH वापरला. C2H5OH plus HCl, formation of C2H5Cl, and formation of ethyl chloride, that is chloroethane, along with the formation of H2O as the byproduct. इथे लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे अनहायड्रस झिंक क्लोराइड हा वापरायचाच आहे, कारण हा HCl हा लेस रिएक्टिव्ह आहे as compared to HBr and HI. आपण एक एक्झाम्पल दुसरं बघूयात. ROH, it is when treated with suppose HBr, that is hydrogen bromide. So hydrogen bromide is more reactive as compared to HCl, but here we are going to use the catalyst like NaBr, that is sodium bromide. Okay, NaBr plus H2SO4, NaBr plus H2SO4, and heating is required for this reaction. बघा या ठिकाणी आपण हा HBr जो आहे तो डायरेक्ट वापरू शकत नाही, कारण HBr हा लेस स्टेबल आहे. त्यामुळे आपल्याला त्या सिच्युएशनला त्या वेळेला HBr तयार करावा लागतो, आणि तो आपण तयार कसा करतो? बाय युजिंग NaBr plus H2SO4, आणि ह्या दोघांच्या मिक्सचर मधून HBr तयार होतो. So here again reaction takes place. Here formation of corresponding alkyl bromide with the formation of H2O as the byproduct. So here RBr plus formation of H2O. So alkyl bromides या ठिकाणी मिळतात. एक्झाम्पल बघूयात आपण. समजा CH3OH, and methyl alcohol is treated with hydrogen bromide, and reaction is carried out in the presence of sodium bromide and H2SO4 and a high temperature. Then we got the corresponding compound CH3Br, that is bromomethane, and formation of H2O. So H2O as the